Yes, what's going on, Murad Fiki? It is a great day here in Houston, Texas. Thanks for joining me. I want to talk about the market update and just give some basic insight into what's going on in the real estate market, trends, facts, figures, and also, interest rates is a big deal. And is it a good time for buying or selling or both or either, and why? And so let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to pull up the latest data, which is the market activity snapshot. Let me give you a good view of this so you can see where we're going. And oh, no, that's a better, let me see if that's, can you see that? Okay. Yeah, this is a better view right here. No. Oh my goodness. There we go. So yeah, we're looking at the weekly activity snapshot. This is week 20 of 25, which is March 13th through March 19th. And this is going to show us exactly where the listings are going, what's happening, and so forth. So let me just increase that size a little bit. We're looking at new listings, and we're comparing this from the same exact week 20 of 25, compared to week 20 of 24. And we'll see that new listings are up by 34.2%. So that's a big deal. Almost 1,200 more new listings from a year ago, same exact week. So 4,680 new listings were entered into the Houston MLS last week. And then pending listings were up by only about 9.8%. So the trend is almost the same about what is going under contract versus how many new listings were added on the market. Now, I say that to say this. New listings are up significantly more than a year ago, meaning if you're selling your house, you have a lot more competition this year than a year ago. Off-market listings. This is how many sellers withdrew their listings from the market, meaning they're not getting the prices that they thought they were going to get. So 28.4% of listings were withdrawn. And even with that, there were still a 34.2% increase in new listings. Meaning if you're selling your house, you have a lot more competition from a year ago, and 30% of sellers are just disenfranchised, disencouraged, and just unenchanted with the current state of the market. They're not getting their price, and they're taking their homes off the market. And we still have 35% higher listings than a year ago. That being said, only 9.8% of pending listings higher than a year ago, meaning the competition is higher and a lot of sellers are still not getting the prices. Closings up 4.1% from a year ago. So it's not on track with the increase of inventory. And I'm not saying that you can't sell. I'm saying that if you want to sell, you've got to be serious about the pricing and you've got to be aggressive. Showings up by about 5.1%. And this is the big one. HER.com listing views down by 29.2%. That's a big deal. That means 30% of listings are down, showings viewed online, people all over the world looking at HER.com. 9.9 million listings viewed a year ago at the same exact time period. And then last week, only 7 million viewings. That tells us that the interest, the demand is significantly down from a year ago. Let's look at the week previous. Let's look at the week prior to last week. So this is May 6th through May 12th. We're seeing the trend line. New listings up 21.6%. Let me make this bigger so you can see it. Pending listings up only 2.6%. So pending listings are not on par with the new inventory coming into the market. So pending listings are only up by 2%. So I would say that's flat, about the same from a year ago. However, new listings up 21.6%. Off-market listings. How many sellers are taking their listings off the market because they're unenchanted with the market, they're not getting their prices, and they're not being realistic about where the market is? So the price that they're putting their homes are not selling. meaning that price is unrealistic. It is sitting, either no one is coming to see the house or the people who've seen the house are not making offers at the price that they want to sell. 40% of sellers have taken their homes off the market, compared a 40% increase from a year ago. Closings are up by 10.4%, showings are up by 2.7%, and HAR.com listings viewed down by 50% compared to a year ago, which is, again, a big deal. That is telling us the real state of the market, the actual state of the market, where we're at. 40% listing views down from a year ago. Lastly, I want to show you the rental statistics. Houston rental market is up, meaning that if buyers are stepping out of the market and there's less buyers and sellers aren't getting the prices that we're wanting, then they go to the rental market. Leased listings are up by about 5.1% year over year. Average lease price is down. Average lease price up by 1.8%, about flat. New listings are up. New lease listings are up by 11.8%. Days on market up by 5 days, not a big deal. Townhome condominium rentals, lease listings down by 3.2%. Lease price up by 2.3%. New listings down by 4.8%. Average days on market up by 8 days. So I hope this helps shed some light on what's going on in the Houston real estate market. If you're buying or thinking about buying, this is a phenomenal time, because when there's less competition, sellers aren't getting their prices. That's where we can get deals. That's where we can negotiate. That's where sellers have to be realistic and come down off their price if they're willing to sell, if they're serious about selling. And maybe the price that they're thinking about selling is not realistic. So it's a great time to buy. Let me know if you're thinking about buying. Don't worry about the interest rate. You can refinance that later. Now is the time to get a deal and lock in a great deal. I had a buyer last month that got about $175,000 price reduction on the price of the home that they were looking for, because it was not selling. It was sitting. It's a great time to buy. Let me know what you're thinking about, and I'm happy to be of service, happy to look at your personalized situation, and happy to tell you where we think your house can sell if you're serious about selling this summertime. Let's be serious. Let's look at it. I'm happy to be of service to you and your family. Thank you for your time and consideration. Let me know if I may be of service. We will see you soon.